Good evening. I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Bolingbrook Village Board order. I'd like to start with our pledge to our flag. I'd like to ask a longtime resident and multiple award winner, Al Schubert, please come up and lead us to the pledge to the flag. Come on, Al. Surprised?
Yeah.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Claire.
Here.
Trustee Zarate.
Here.
Trustee Lawler.
Here.
Trustee Watts.
Here.
Trustee Hoagland.
Here.
Trustee Morales.
Here.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Here.
Next, I have the approval of minutes, regular meeting November 13th. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Zarate. Any questions, corrections? Hear none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Approve the agenda, Mr. Bourne.
There are no additions or corrections this evening.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Hogan. Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor approve the agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The agenda is approved. We have no appointments to boards and commissions this evening. Reports of officers. We have the Spirit of Halloween Awards we'll be doing in a minute, and we have a public hearing. But before we get into the awards, I want to remind everybody in December there's only one board meeting. It's the 17th, so it's not the 2nd, 4th, it's the 17th, Tuesday 17th, 8 o'clock. Secondly, Lee Bush Jr., part of the Citizen Year family, Lee Bush family, would like to say a few words about Operation Christmas, which is in full swing. Lee, would you like to come up?
Thank you, Mayor Claire and trustees, for having me out this evening. We began Operation Christmas and setup starting started yesterday, November 26th, despite the weather. We had a lot of volunteers out starting in the stage ready. We will be up and running seeing families in town here starting December 7th through December 20th. And it's really about community coming together to help community. We have a lot of local businesses, local families that come together to support our community during these times and make sure that they're able to have a Christmas. So you can reach us. We're on the performing arts stage right here behind Village Hall. We do accept donations Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 4 o'clock, 9 to 2 on Saturdays. And we welcome anybody to come out and volunteer. So we just wanted to say thank you.
For those people that aren't familiar with Operation Christmas, what does the stage look like after you're set up?
The stage is, we have a shopping area for families to come through where food has been donated. They get 2 grocery bags worth of food. We did a huge pickup of 4 storage units that we've collected throughout the year, clothing, household items that they're able to go through. And then we have a new toy area in the back that are collected through businesses, financials that we've gotten throughout the year that we're able to give each child 2 new gifts, plus stocking stuffers also.
And I don't know if you mentioned the hours?
Yes. Once again, December 7th through December 20th, we are seeing families from 9:30 to 2 o'clock, or I'm sorry, 9:30 to 4, and then on Saturdays from 9 to 2. And then we're there setting up between now and December 6th.
Is that on the webpage, you know?
You can reach our Facebook page at Operation Christmas, Bolingbrook.
Well, maybe we should put it up on our webpage.
I think it's there.
It is there?
It is there.
Good. Well, good luck, and appreciate this. Is all volunteers doing this. There's no paid staff here, so
100%.
if you can support them by a gift, and they take financial contributions,
Correct,
because there are
yes.
some situations where it can't be resolved with what's donated. It has to be a cash gift. So,
Correct. Thank
okay.
you, sir.
Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
If a family is in need,
Yes.
how do they contact?
They can contact.
The question was, if a family's in need, how do they get a hold of Operation Christmas?
They can reach us through our Facebook page, or they can call 630-226 8599. That's a direct line directly down to the stage. And we'll get them signed up.
And I think some people would be reluctant to put it on Facebook because, as you all know, people take Facebook postings in a lot of
Absolutely.
directions, and I'm not sure if they want to put their name out there, but
They can message us directly through our Facebook page that I am and one other person are the only two people that are able to get on there. So it's very confidential.
and the phone number's on our webpage too?
Yes, correct.
Okay, good.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you again. And lastly, obviously, in the last couple of days, we had our first major storm. Very unusual to get one in November. Our crews were out for a very long time, and I do look at Facebook as much as it pains me sometimes. But I did look at all the comments about snow removal. There were a number of complimentary ones about we're the best, and there were some that were the worst. I can guarantee you we're not the worst. I don't know what's driving it. I'm sure it's frustration. We do the main streets first because of 53 and Boughton and Briarcliff and so forth aren't open, then you're not going to go anywhere anyway. So we try to do the mains first. We also have crews working the side streets, and we do have private crews. We hire private contractors to do the cul-de-sacs. It may not be a common knowledge. In fact, I'm sure it isn't, but it's hard to find private contractors to do that. But we hire as many as we can and assign them to do cul-de-sacs. So there are a lot of people working on snow removal, and as much as it may not seem like it's efficient, we've all driven a car on a snowy day or a snowy night on the highway somewhere. Think about doing that for 8 to 10 hours in a row in streets and neighborhoods, pushing snow with blinding snow. So it's not an easy job. They work long hours. And the one comment that I see occasionally on Facebook, my street was the last one plowed. I think, how do you know? Obviously, there's some streets that get done ahead of others. We have 700 and some lane miles of street. That's a lot of snow, and every snow is different. There's no standard snow. Some snows are nice, light, and fluffy with no wind. Other snows are nice, light, and fluffy with high winds. Other snows are precipitated by a lot of rain, like this last one, which means everything's coated with ice, and then it's covered with snow. And we do have salt in the agenda tonight. Salt isn't cheap, or at least it isn't as cheap as it's been in past years, but we'll be talking about that more in a few moments. At this time, I'd like to ask Barbara Parker and members of the commission to come up and let's do some Halloween awards.
Hi, everybody. With me tonight is Mary Myers from the commission, so she's going to be assisting and giving out the awards. I'd like to start out by saying one thing. We had 85 winners this year. Wow. We could have had 87. 2 homes in the areas that I had to judge, I could not see their house number. Their mailboxes were in the corner of the street, so I couldn't figure out that way, and there was nothing on the ground. I want everybody to keep in mind, not only they don't get an award, but if first responders had to come to their house, how are they going to find you? So make sure when you're decorating that if your number's on your house, that you do have it visible from the street. Okay? Now let's get to giving out some awards. First one we have is Michael and Sandra Caladagno, and they live at 796 Hartford Lane, and this is their second time winning.
Sandy Calcagno, where's Mike is our retired police chief, by the way. Where's Mike tonight?
Yes.
Sitting at home watching TV?
No.
Vegas?
Yes.
Well, recently I had the opportunity to visit Pakistan, where we have a number of people from Pakistan live in Bolingbrook, and have encouraged me to visit there for years and years and years. And Sandy was on the group of 11 of us, and Sandy was one of the groups. So we spent a lot of time together for 8 days. So his reward is going to Vegas.
Yes.
Right. Anyway, so who does Mike do any of the decorating?
Both of us.
Oh, it's so special.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we have Jeff and Sandy Bisk at 710 Feathersound Drive, and this is their 11th time winning.
Wow.
Good evening. 11 times
11 times, yep.
in a row?
No, there was about a 3-4 year gap.
And you decorated all 3 or 4 years?
Absolutely. And our,
He was probably missing a light bulb, that's what it was.
I think that's what it was.
Well, again, these people that do the commissions and drive around town, it's a lot of miles to cover and a lot of houses to look at, so I'm sure there's
I
been
understand.
mistakes made, so I appreciate you understanding. Anything different this year?
We added a new character.
And who was that?
It's Sylvester.
Sylvester's a bad person now?
He's okay. But he's been underground for a while and finally popped his head up.
Sylvester. Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
See you back here for number 12.
Okay.
Next, we have Hazelyn Garcia, 400 Justine Avenue, and this is her 13th time.
I remember you. You like Halloween, don't you? A little bit?
Yes, how are you?
I'm well. Did you do anything different this year?
I added some characters.
And what character did you add?
The girl from The Ring and the nun.
The nun? Where is the nun?
It's from the Conjuring movies.
Oh. You get into this, really, don't you?
I take her out on Halloween because I didn't want, religious people to yell at me. So, but she comes out on.
Better you than me. So you weren't surprised when you got the letter?
Well, no, I'm always thankful. So, thank
Where do you put your plaques?
in my billiard room.
Well, this one's, by the way, it's a ward emblem right here in Bolingbrook, at southeast corner of 5355, ward emblem. They make plaques and awards, and we shop local, get their plaque. This one's a little different this year. It's got a kind of a different finish, so it'll stand out among the other plaques, but display it with pride. Thank you.
Next, we have Juan Gonzalez Jr., 334 Sweet Gum Street, and this is his first time winning.
Good evening. Trying to read your local.
Oh, no problem.
Elevators.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, step up here. Just over here. He's tall enough the way it is.
Yes. She's the actually one who did all the work, so she gets all the credit.
So what are you here for?
Actually, I'm here to support her.
I'll bet you're an elevator operator.
No, actually, I'm the vice president and business agent of the local.
How'd you start out?
I'm actually, as a mechanic, working on elevators.
It's interesting, as these buildings get older and older, repairing some of these is a problem.
Actually, no, not really.
Well, that's I'm here for some of the owned buildings.
Well,
They say it's hard to get parts and so on and so forth.
no, actually, it probably just needs to be modded out. Most of the equipment gets older, and then they don't replace that equipment, and they bring in new equipment, and you just need to get an upgrade.
Ah. So you do all the work.
Yes, I do. All year round.
I'll let her fool you. She is a cleaning lady.
You just got through under a bus, didn't you? So were you surprised to get this?
I thought we got a fine. He's like reading it and he's looking at me. I'm like, oh my God, did you put a garbage can outside? I didn't know what happened.
Don't bring those up.
Sorry.
So what did you have that you think caught the judge's eye?
We have a 15-foot dragon that breathes smoke and flaps its wings, and I think that might have caught their eyes.
It's not Pete the Dragon, it's another dragon.
Right, yeah, it's another dragon.
So you were probably pleasantly surprised when you opened the letter.
I was, yes, we were very surprised.
And you came along for the glory.
Yes, he did.
Well, congratulations. Hope to see you back here next year.
Thanks.
Next, we have Sean Harper and Beverly Elliott, 637 Black Hawk Lane, second time winner.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Bev. So you were here last year, right?
Yes.
2 in a row.
2 in a row, yes.
So did you have the same thing, or did you add to it?
Every year we have something different. This year we added Floyd. Floyd is, I don't know if theirs is the inflatable or the plastic one, but we bought the Home Depot Dragon, and his name is Floyd.
Oh, you named him Floyd?
Yes. when we bought them.
Pink, oh, pink. Oh, yeah. I should have known.
No, it was purplish pink, so it worked.
Got to come up with something.
Yes,
It's
and
as much sense as anything.
yes, it did, didn't it? I didn't
So who
think
does
about
all
that.
the work?
It's a 50-50 toss-up.
Oh, again, another, okay.
Yes, and she creates, says do it, and then I say okay, and then find something else to do with it.
Something else to do.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. Hope to see you back here for number 3. I'll give it to you.
Karen McDermott, 133 Cedarwood Avenue, first-time winner.
Good evening. How are you?
Good.
It's first time. How long have you,
Lived here?
Yeah.
Oh, over 40 years.
so you just decided this year to do this?
No, we always decorate. This is my first time winning. But I've won 14 beautification, no, for the landscaping for in the summer.
What'd you do this year you think caught their eye?
Yeah, we put the same display up. We have this huge Frankenstein that is about 20 years old. We got it from Menards. And families drive by and say, they stop and say, hey, can we take pictures of our kids in front of your Frankenstein? I'm like, sure, go ahead. So, and then we do like a little graveyard and little skeletons, but yeah. I was actually surprised because when I got the letter in the mail too, I was like, oh, I got a ticket. Something's wrong. And then when I opened it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I won.
Did you get any help doing all this?
I didn't do anything. My husband did it all.
Oh.
So why isn't he up here?
I don't know. I said I would come and pick it up for him. I don't know. He does the work. I get the glory.
Well, there's the plaque.
All right, cool.
Right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Next, we have James and Amanda McGrath, 237 Windsor Drive, and this is their 4th Halloween.
Good evening. Your 4th Halloween. Do you have any other, you gonna do it at Christmas or? Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas also.
You gotten Christmas awards?
Yeah, about
How
5
many-
of them.
5 of those?
Yeah.
So are you expecting to win again this year?
We're hoping. We were hoping to have most of Christmas already up, but this kind of messed us up with that.
Yeah, that Thanksgiving weekend kind of got shot this week.
Yeah, and that's usually when we do all the outside Christmases, Thanksgiving weekend.
Well, this weekend will be like 10 degrees, so it'll be more fun.
Hopefully the ground will thaw a little bit.
Well, it's, Thanksgiving weekend, sometimes you'll catch a 50-degree sunny day, but not this year. So what'd you have this year? Anything different?
We added more lights, so it lights up more at night, so you see it at day and at night.
That's one thing I've noticed about some people's Halloween displays. They're, well, dark, maybe they're intended to be dark, but it's hard to see some of the figures because as you drive by, because backlighting and porch lighting tend to shadow it. But, well, congratulations. I'll see you probably once we do this Christmas, I believe, in February. It takes a while to get that together. Okay, thank you.
Next, we have Hector Molina and Elizabeth Stone at 506 Monroe Road. And another first-time winner.
Elizabeth, how are you?
Doing well, how are you?
And thank you, by the way. Hector, how you doing? These programs, these awards, typically Christmas, Halloween, typically go to single-family homes because you have your own space to decorate and so forth. You live in Winston Village.
We do.
So you got to kind of carve out your own space, right?
We do.
How do you work around that?
Oh, I don't know.
Who does this, by the way?
We do it together, but he's mostly the expert. I don't have the eye for it. I just,
Do you have an eye for like Halloween stuff?
We both did it. I mean, we've been trying to collect the things, and this is the first year we put it. We've been here only 2 years.
Kind of a narrow front yard, so that adds some difficulty to decorating, doesn't it?
it does.
You have
So
lights too?
we,
Yeah,
we,
we have
around
some
the
lights.
base of the tree and along the pathway.
And what was your decoration theme, basically? No Floyd or anything?
No Pink Floyd, though. That's original. I like that
No
one.
Sylvester?
No Sylvester either. No, we had skeletons and skulls and tombstones, and
Witch.
there was a witch that was flying from the tree, and
The
what?
pumpkin.
The pumpkins. Just kind of a mix mash of things. Yeah, Frankenstein at the door.
Very nice.
Eyes up in the window.
First time, congratulations. See you again.
Next, we have Chris and Susan Munger at 252 Laurel Circle, and this is first time winning? 11th? Wow.
And what's your name?
CJ. Tommy.
Tommy? How old are you?
7.
7.
10.
10. Styling tonight, aren't you? You wear that all the time?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. Okay. Who does all the work?
I usually do all of it. He helped a lot this year,
Don't these guys help you?
sometimes.
You don't help?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, what did you have this year that caught your eye?
Lots of lights, lots and lots of lights, and a lot of inflatables.
Yeah, amazing what they do with inflatables today. The only inflatable that always looks kind of strange is I've got a couple inflatables, but you put it on a timer, so you get up the next morning, it's daylight, and there's Santa Claus laying in the lawn. So something about that that's kind of awkward, you know. Well, anyway, what time is this for you?
11.
11th time. So you got this down to a science.
Yes.
You helped this year for the first time?
Yeah, we got it done in 2 days.
Well, congratulations. Thanks for what you do. And guys, as you get older, you got to help. You know that? There you go. Thank you.
All right, I know I'm going to screw up the last name. Glenn and Laura Nasikag?
Piccadilly Lane.
I know I screwed it up, so you could come and correct it.
We'll correct it up here.
598 Piccadilly Lane, and this is their second time winning.
What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan. How old are you?
12.
12.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing there?
So, pronounce the name correctly.
Nisiag.
Got that? Nisiag. Okay. So, second time?
Yes, not consecutive.
No.
Oh.
Last year, we were doing some interior work on the house, so that was outside decorations was not my priority.
Didn't have time. Well, I understand that. So, anything different from like 2 years ago?
Yeah, we got a new spider for our web.
A giant spider.
Giant spider.
And then I ran a fog machine through the graveyard and stuff like that, so.
Ooh, nice.
But yeah.
How big is a giant spider?
7 feet? I would say.
7-foot spider?
Yeah.
Did you help?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, you helped pick up. Because we had a short window to get it closed, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next year.
Next, we have Michael and Wendy Simaru at 329 Plainfield Drive, and this is first time winning.
Hi, Wendy.
Hello.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
First time.
Yes.
How long you lived there?
We've been here, oh my goodness, 12 years?
And this is the first year you decorated?
No, we've decorated probably the last 4 years. Just got better and better every year, but it's the first time.
Well, you don't throw Halloween decorations away, you just keep adding to it.
Yes, yes. This year, the big thing was we actually built out of plywood an entrance up our walkway to the front door, and then an exit behind our bushes to lead them out from past our windows, and we had some videos playing up in the windows, a Chucky room, and talking pump. Yeah. We had Slappy from Goosebumps. We had talking pumpkins out on the front lawn, and just a bunch of other things.
So where do you put all this stuff after Halloween?
Well, I have a 3-car garage. Half of it is drums. Some of you may know my husband. He teaches drums. He's in the parade. So that's one side. The 1-car garage is all drums. The rest of it is stuff we need to organize. And the other half of that 2nd-car garage is all tubs of Halloween stuff.
Do you Christmas too?
We don't. He gives up after all the hard work
That's
he
kind
does.
of, that's kind of telling, isn't it? You know?
Literally, the day it snowed, he got the rest of the stuff in the house.
And,
From home.
and who is Slappy?
Slappy was the ventriloquist doll from the movie Goosebumps. So we had him in there too as well. Black lights and all that stuff.
Slappy, Sylvester, and Floyd.
He's big on the animatronics. So we've got the Reagan doll from The Exorcist and this big clown guy, and he's all into the animatronics. So unfortunately, he's the one who does all the work. He and my son did the work, and unfortunately, I'm the one that cries when the bills come in now on the credit cards.
Well, maybe this will offset it just a little bit.
Thank you.
Next, we have Albert Schubert at 804 Tam O'Shanter Circle, and he's won more than 15 times. Wow.
Al, you're retired now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now you have a legitimate time to spend all this stuff. How many years have you won Christmas awards?
Oh, about even more than that.
I was going to say, you've been coming, you were the first year we did it. You had a Christmas award. So 50 plus Christmas, 50 plus Halloween. And where do you put all your extra stuff?
Well, when I did an addition, I made all kinds of additional storage above it, so.
So you put an addition on for a award or for your decoration?
Well, probably.
Truth be known, yeah. So
Don't say anything.
You know, your wife doesn't know?
No, she knows.
So what did you do different this year? Anything?
I added an animated casket this year, life size.
Anybody we know in it?
Well, I could have been in it, but it wasn't me, not yet. We'll save that for when I need it.
Animated casket too.
They don't. Well, it plays like music at a wake, and then it opens up, and you sit there looking at, well, why did it open? And then he says, "Welcome, welcome. Well, come in." I stole that, but that's good. And then he starts laughing and laughing, and then he sits up and he really screams a laugh. And
Oh, I wish I would have
So you didn't name him though?
no, I didn't name him.
Slappy would work.
We'll work on it.
Floyd or Sylvester.
Floyd, possibly.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank
Appreciate
you.
what you do.
Next, we have Dawn Threm at 180 Queenswood Road, and this is her first time winning.
Good evening. How are you?
How are you?
So what possessed you? Always been doing this?
Possessed, good word. No, usually,
We'll run with that.
I usually do small, but I just went big this year.
Did you know we did this?
I knew you did like Christmas. I didn't know you did Halloween.
So you were surprised when you got the letter?
Very surprised, like everyone else. I thought I got a fine for something. I'm like, oh no, the Bolingbrook letter.
See what you people do?
We can't do letters anymore.
Anyway, so what did you have this year that caught your eye?
There was a guillotine, a rack. There was a cage of skeletons with black lights and strobe lights, graveyard.
All this by yourself?
I had a friend help me.
So you have a guillotine.
Yes, working.
Do I go there? Sure. It was dropping?
Yes.
I think we can all figure out what happened.
Yeah, there was a basket there.
Anybody you have a name for the person who was in the basket?
No, no.
Okay, well, we'll leave that alone too. Anyway, well, thanks for coming. I see what you do, and thanks for coming out tonight. Thank you. We'll see you next year.
Next, we have Jean and Anthony DiConstanzo, 156 Sycamore Drive, first time winner.
Hi, Jean.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
First time?
First time, finally, yes.
What? Oh, finally?
Finally, I've been waiting.
Did you get that?
I got that. That's that light bulb again.
Yeah.
So what, did you do anything different this year?
Just, I add somebody every year, but it's basically the same.
Who was the somebody you added?
This year would just be a skeleton.
Like a full size?
Yes, they're all full size.
And they just kind of hang there, or what do they do?
They're everywhere. The grass, trees, the mulch, by the front door, everywhere. Inside, everywhere.
You do Christmas?
Yes, and I'm ready.
I hear you, I hear you.
Have you won Christmas before?
I've never won.
Either one of them?
No, we've been here 15 years, and I've done it myself for both, and this is my first time.
Let it out. Go for it.
I am. I've been waiting. I have.
We got it down, don't worry.
Okay.
I'll make a special trip to your house.
Awesome.
She will.
Okay.
Well, congratulations, finally.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And see you at Christmas.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, that's everybody I had checked in. Is there anybody else here for Halloween awards? No? Okay. Thank you, everybody, and we'll be coming around the third weekend in December for Christmas judging. Please make sure your house number is visible. Thank you, and good luck to all.
And again, thank you. That's 85 winners total. Thanks for what you do. It's kind of a fun thing. Just people like to drive by, and I know people drive around, look at the Christmas lights, drive around, look at Halloween lights, and what you do is really kind of special. Kids like it. I like them. Thank you. Thank you. Next, we have a public hearing. Forming a special service area, number 2018-1, Promenade Starwood Retail Properties. And is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Zarate. The village entered into a development agreement with Forest City for the Promenade Mall years ago. The agreement provided for the issuance of sales tax backed bonds and the establishment of a special service area and the issuance of $19,548,000 in SSA special service area bonds. $21,550,000 is now outstanding. The SSA bonds are secured by a special tax on the property and are not a village debt, nor are they backed by the full faith and credit of the village. We're simply the enabling vehicle to do this for them, and the sales tax they generate pays off these bonds. The original SSA bonds mature in March 1st, 2027. Starwood, who now owns the mall, is the successor. They bought it from Forest City. Starwood has expressed an interest in refinancing the outstanding bonds and has requested the village extend the maturity term date. All the affected properties are owned by Starwood. This is a public hearing required before we can adopt an ordinance reestablishing a special service area. We've done special service areas before. Again, we're simply a vehicle. We did a residential SSA years ago for Beacon Ridge, who wanted to redo the, I believe, roofs and siding on all their units. And frankly, as a homeowners association, they were not in a position to float a bond issue to do all that work. So we created a special service area, which created a tax on the Beacon Ridge properties, and I believe it was 20 years in length. So they got the money, redid all the units over a 2 or 3 year period, and it was paid back by homeowner association payments through the Beacon Ridge Homeowner Association, not by village tax dollars, strictly money generated by their own townhomes. Starwood effectively do the same thing. If this, for some reason, this should default, the assessment goes to the property owner, Starwood, not to the village of Bolingbrook. Jim, you got some more examples, or?
Well, we did an industrial TIF with IDI on the west side. As the mayor said, it's secured by the property and by the property owner. It's not a debt of the village. If there's a default, it's not anything that the village has to pay, and it doesn't fall on any other taxpayer other than the taxpayers within the SSA.
As the mayor said, it's like a mortgage. It's only secured by that property. We're doing this as an accommodation to Starwood. Special service areas can only be in existence by statute up to 22 years. And with the current one coming to fruition with a balloon payment, Starwood asked that they could stretch it out, and we're accommodating their request.
Yeah, I'm glad I forgot about the IDI. IDI came to us years ago. They wanted to buy a property on Weber Road, east side of the property, north of 115th Street.
Yep.
The land had some wetland issues, some grading issues, was very expensive to develop, and sat idle. They wanted to buy it, but they wanted a special service area so they could pay the extra cost it took to develop that property. So we did an SSA with them. In fact, it was probably a textbook home run. It was paid off early, and we refunded recently
On
excess
that
funds.
particular one, it was 8 years, it paid off early, 8 years early, and we had $300,000 surplus that went back to the taxing bodies.
So what they did was they took a piece of land that had no value per se because it was too expensive to develop. They developed it, went back under tax rolls, and became a very valuable piece of property, and it was paid off again in 8 years, and it was intended to last.
Well, it paid off 8 years early. It was 22 years is the life of SSA.
So and again, if they had defaulted, it would have gone back on the property, not the village. Questions? Anybody in the audience have a question? Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Watts. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz?
Yes. The next we have is a motion to approve the purchase of rock salt. Did I skip something? Oh, tax receipts, I'm sorry. Bill approval, bill listing A, $1,506,250.29. Bill listing B, $434,776.39. A total of $1,941,026.68. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Motion trustee Jesuit, seconded trustee Zarate. Questions on the bill list? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Tax receipts, August 2018 state income tax, $699,804.34, corresponding to a year ago of $577,378.59, or a 21.2% increase. And that sounds great, but it balances out because they don't distribute it on a regular basis, so the months tend to spread over other months. We get it, it's not consistent always. September 2018 sales tax, $2,889,933.23, corresponding to a year ago of $2,793,652.52, or a 3.4% increase. Now that one is consistent. It's 1 month compared to the last year, the same month. And I would like to point out that retail sales tax we typically think of just retail stores. But we also have people that are in the online business, such as WeatherTech. They sell floor mats online, and they collect sales tax on those, which comes to the Village of Bolingbrook. And they sell a lot of floor mats. So it's not always just the retail storefront, it's online distributors too. And I had a message today from the owner of WeatherTech that he had a very successful Cyber Monday yesterday. So it's a Christmas gift that a lot of people like. I've seen his billboards on 55. So it's not just retail stores, it's some of the other businesses in parkways and Crossroads Parkway and Remington Boulevard that also generate sales tax. September 2018 motor fuel tax, $175,768.89, corresponding to a year ago of $162,108.87, or an 8.4% increase. Again, this is not always consistent. It's when the state decides to distribute, so it's never really an apples and apples comparison one year to the next. And lastly, the state September 2018 state administrative fee, $22,851.05. as a way the General Assembly decided to get more money and make themselves look good, is that we'll just steal it from the villages. So they added on an administrative fee to collect sales taxes, which they did for 50 years without any fee, and last year imposed a fee of, what's the percentage? 2%. They decided, we'll just keep 2% of the sales tax that goes to the municipalities and let them deal with the shortfall. So it's $22,000 this month, so we're talking $250,000, $300,000 or more a year, which make them look good. They get to spend it on their whims, and we have to find money locally to cover it. Motions. First motion to approve the purchase of bulk rock salt from Cargill Industries Salt Division through the Illinois Joint Purchasing Program in the amount of $327,850. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Zarate. This motion awards the village's 2018-19 bulk rock salt purchase to Cargill Incorporated. The purchase is through the State of Illinois Joint Purchase Contract. The purchase is $65.57 per ton. The purchase is for 5,000 tons, and the amount is $27,850 over budget. The last difference, the difference will come from the existing monies in the MFT fund balance. Last year's price was $45.05 a ton, a significant increase. It's all due to supply and demand, and I've never seen a commodity such as we buy a lot of commodities, gas, etc. Never one that fluctuate as much as rock salt. You know, it's almost like you got to figure there's some big game played somewhere. We buy through the Illinois Joint Purchasing Contract, and that is the state of Illinois bids all their rock salt needs statewide, and they get obviously a good price because they're buying a lot of rock salt. They let us buy at the same purchase price from the same distributor. This year, the story is, in past years, the Illinois River was frozen, so the barges of rock salt couldn't get to us, so that caused the price to go up because there's only so much got here, and they just raised the prices. You got really no choice. What's this year's story, Lucas?
There was a mine under Lake Michigan, and they were mining it, and it developed a leak, so they had to quit mining. So that's the cause of the shortage.
The mine flooded, so rock salt goes up. I think one year we paid almost $100 a ton.
The most we paid was $115 a ton. It was a couple of years ago. From a prior winter that was very heavy in usage. Everybody was out, and there's only so much that can be brought into the area in a given year. So we had to scramble, and actually when we went through the state bidding process, no one even bid on the state contract, so we had to scramble and find our own procurement.
Yeah, so it's always interesting to see the fluctuation and hear the stories why it fluctuates. And we've done other things to economize. We didn't used to have a salt storage dome. We just piled the salt outside, and of course, when it rains and so forth, it became an extra step. You had to break it up because it turned into a big, like, as you all know, salt would do. So we built a public works building, and when we put that in on Canterbury over here, we put in a large salt dome, so it's covered, which allows us to buy a lot of salt, so we can carry it from year to year and not have to worry about some fluctuation in price. So 5,000 tons of salt, and that should last us through the season?
Yeah, we had 3,500 tons left over from last year. The most we've ever used in a single given year is 8,400 tons, so we can cover the most we've ever used in a year. Also, additionally, there is an option to buy another 20% if we do run short, so there is option to buy another 1,000 tons if we need to.
Yeah, one of the not one of the comments, several of the comments on Facebook about our road program yesterday, the snow removals. We need more salt out there, and we do salt, but salt doesn't help your cars. It certainly doesn't help the pavement, and the splash goes on and kills your parkway grass. Yet we want to put salt on so people can get around town. But the reality is sometimes when you get heavy storms, you just have to drive a little slower. And I don't know, speeding is something that society likes to do, and I know you see it on the expressway. You can drive the speed limit on the expressway and people pass you like you're sitting still, and people want the same privilege on side streets after storms, and it just can't work that way. So we salt, but we don't heavily salt because, well, for a lot of reasons.
Should I just add to that? We don't heavily salt because it goes straight from the street into the stormwater sewer system, which puts it straight in ponds and rivers, and high chloride levels are an issue in the streams, and it is bad for aquatic life. And if we don't do it responsibly, the state will start mandating how much salt we can use.
So you see, it's full circle. There's lots of considerations when it snows and we have ice. And salt is part of the solution, but it's not the only solution. Driving slow is really a better solution. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes. Next, first resolution this evening is a resolution approving a proposal for renewal of workers' compensation insurance with ICRMT. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second?
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Zarate. This resolution renews the village's workers' compensation insurance with Illinois County's Risk Management Trust, an agency we've been dealing with for many years. The current policy expires December 14th. The one-year renewal reflects a 4.1% decrease in premiums based on loss experience. The cost is based on actual payroll numbers, but is expected to be $1,024,716, which is $736,755 under budget. The amount under budget is used to cover the first $100,000 per claim, which is the amount that is self-insured or our deductible. So it's not under budget, but is also budgeted to be used for the deductible, and we will have to use that. How much, we don't know. It's a budgeted item based on past practice. The Finance Committee has reviewed and recommends acceptance. Did I get a motion?
Yeah. Okay.
Question? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes. The next resolution is approving a proposal from Alliant Mesro Insurance Services for renewal of insurance and administrative contracts. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Jaskowitz, seconded trustee Lawler. This resolution renews the employee health, life, and dental benefits for 2019. Mesro Insurance Services, now doing business as Alliant, is the village's broker of record. Their recommendations is to renew the following current providers. And they go out and search the field for the best rates for our particular municipality, 76,000 people. Medical, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, 2018 estimate, $7,926,857.28. The renewal estimate, $8,740,861.04, an increase of 10.3%. That's where cost we unfortunately have to absorb for health insurance. Dental, 2018 estimate, $395,646.12. A year ago, it was $392,726.88, a decrease of 0.74%. Life insurance and accidental death and dismemberment, Fort Dearborn Life, 2018 estimate, $90,887.82. 2019 renewal estimate, $93,168.76, or an increase of 2.5%. Third-party claims administration, or TPA, 2018 estimate, $186,980.04. The renewal estimate, $70,096.32, a decrease of 62.4%. Why so much of a decrease?
They're adding an additional $25,000 as a rebate to us.
A what?
As a rebate? They're reducing the cost.
Well, that's part of it, but that's certainly not all of it. But could you get an explanation, more detailed explanation?
Okay.
Anyway, so that's what employee costs go up, at least 10% across the board, and that's just one of those expenses that drives your tax bills up, and it's the reality of life. I'm sure your employers all have the same issues. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes. Last ordinance this evening, well, there's two ordinances, both related to the public hearing earlier. The first, establishing the Village of Bolingbrook Special Service Area 2018-1, Promenade Starwood Retail Properties. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Zarate, seconded trustee Lawler. This ordinance reestablishes a special service area for the Promenade Shopping Center to request its owner, Starwood Retail Properties. SSAs are limited by statute to a term of 22 years. By reestablishing the SSA, Starwood can extend the term of the refinance bonds up to 2041. Again, strictly their own, it's not a village debt. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
The next ordinance is providing for the issuance not to exceed $25 million, Village of Bolingbrook, Will, DuPage County, Illinois. Special Service Area Bonds 2018-1, Special Tax Refunding Bonds Series 2019, and providing for the levy of a direct annual tax on taxable property in that area, the Starwood property area, the shopping mall, in such a special service area for the payment of principal and of interest on such bonds. Promenade Starwood Retail Properties, subject to attorney approval. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Hoagland, seconded trustee Zarate. This ordinance authorizes the issuance up to $25 million in special service area bonds at the request of the Promenade Shopping Center. The owner, again, Starwood Retail Properties. The bonds are not considered village debt, and the village has no obligation to pay these bonds. The bonds are secured by the property owned by Starwood. Starwood would like to take advantage of the current interest rates and extend the term of the existing bonds. The village is accommodating their request. This ordinance is being asked to be passed subject to attorney approval. Bond counsel, underwriters counsel, Promenade Starwood attorney, and the village have some additional language that needs to be finalized. Questions?
Quick question on the attorney language that needs to be worked on. What sections of the contract does that apply to? Nothing that's going to commit the village to any?
It won't commit the village to anything more. It's called the indenture, which is like the promissory note, and it's really from the bond counsel and underwriters counsel, and the language that as far as the repayment has to be worked out with Starwood. Public hearing had to have been already set. We had hoped that the document would be finalized, but with the holiday, it got delayed. I would expect that this week that document will be finalized, the indenture.
Okay.
Now, my answer would be that several law firms decided they can milk it for a couple more billable hours by playing games with language, which makes no sense to any normal human being.
That's a perspective.
Just saying. Do we have a roll call?
Not yet.
No.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Okay, that concludes our business. Questions from the audience or press? Seeing none. Trustee comments, reports. Trustee Zarate.
Thank you, Mayor. Breakfast with Santa will be held at Ashbury's at Fountain Bridge. Will be Saturday, December 15th at 10 a.m. Enjoy a delicious breakfast, holiday music, and best of all, a visit from Santa at Ashbury's at Fountain Ridge. Bring your appetite, your Christmas list, and a camera for pictures. Cost is $14.95 for adults. Kids are 12 and under are $9.95, and children ages 2 and under are free. Reservations are required. For more information or to make reservations, please contact 630-783-6604. Visit Ashbury's online at fountainbridgegolf.com. Thank you.
Bolingbrook High School Holiday Concert is coming up. It's a great performance. There are two performances, Thursday, December 13th. Just before, there's a pre-concert gathering at 6 p.m., and the first performance is at 6:30, and the second is at 8:30. It's in the Roger and Pat Clare Family Auditorium at Bolingbrook High School. Tickets for reserved seating online are $5, and you can go to showtix4u.com. And otherwise, you can get them at the door for $5, first come, first served. It does fill up. It's a pretty cool show, and each show is a little bit unique, and they do a great job every year. So I encourage you to come out and enjoy the youth of our community in a wonderful concert for the season. Secondly, as a proud member of the Bolingbrook Lions Club, Bolingbrook Lions and Leo's Club, the Leo's Club is the youth club of the Lions Club, is doing their 11th annual coat drive. And there are several drop-off locations around the village. You can, this is through December 5th. And these gently used men's, women's, and children's coats can be dropped off in the collection box. You can go to the village website to get the locations. But if you would rather donate cash and let the Lions members purchase on behalf for families, you can email them at bolingbrooklions@gmail.com. I encourage you to support them. As Lee talked about earlier, there's a number of great opportunities in town to support those in need, and this is another one of them. Thank you.
Lee Bush Jr.'s name was mentioned with Operation Christmas. I just want to reiterate here, volunteer hours for Operation Christmas are daily, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 4. Saturdays, 10 to 2. You can call 630-226-8599 if you're interested in signing up to support that great cause. And also, if you're a family in need, you can call that number. The Bolingbrook Community Chorus Annual Winter Concert, a Winter Fantasia, Sunday, December 2nd, 2018, at 1:30 p.m. at the Levy Center. The Bolingbrook Community Chorus always does a great job, and I'm confident this will be no different. 251 Canterbury Lane, Levy Center, 1:30 p.m., December 2nd. Earlier, Mayor Claire mentioned the journey, the delegation around the world. I would be remiss if I didn't mention how honored I was to participate and be one of the delegates part of that mission. We also have Sandy Calcagno and Mary Alexander Basta, who went along. It was really an experience of a lifetime, and to have the opportunity to represent our wonderful community meant everything. We literally circled the globe. I had an opportunity to make stops in Bangkok, Thailand, Sialkot, and Lahore, Pakistan, and Dubai. Sialkot is a sister city of Bolingbrook, and you will be very proud of the community that we are connected to in Pakistan. They laid out the red carpet. They were beyond hospitable, and Sialkot is doing great things. They are a community of 1.5 million residents. They're doing a lot of manufacturing, Adidas factories. They're one of, or the largest producers of soccer balls in the world. They produce medical utensils and surgical utensils and silverware and things of that nature. Wonderful, wonderful community. And Mayor Claire, commend you on the outstanding job you did representing our community. That was no easy task. The demands of the speeches and the media and being pulled on left and right, he handled it well. When I was first presented with the opportunity, I immediately asked my wife her thoughts on it, and she said yes very quickly. And I was a little concerned about that, But I listened to her and my mom. They highly recommended I do it, and I'm excited and glad that I did. As we know, boundaries are broken down and horizons are broadened through travel. It allows for a mutual understanding, and a positive international relations was certainly established. So we talk about it. We've all been somewhat deputized in a way as ambassadors to speak about our experience in Pakistan. When we look at them, we're looking at ourselves. They want the same things that we want out of life, and it was a tremendous experience. So want to just give you a little tidbit. Hopefully maybe we can have a formal setting where we can sort of discuss the trip in more detail, but it was an amazing experience, and just proud to have been a part of it. Thank you.
Just to tag on that for a minute, and we're going to be doing something more on community television about our trip. We're 76,000 people. We flew into Lahore, Pakistan airport, arrived at 11:15 at night. The mayor greeted us at the baggage area. Now, Lahore is about 13 million people, bigger than the state of Illinois, population-wise. I'd be hard-pressed to believe that Rahm Emanuel would meet a mayor at 11:15 at night at an airport. It was very impressive, and the city is so large, it may sound strange, but it makes sense when you see the size of the city. We have 9 deputy mayors, each responsible for certain functions of the village. 3 of the deputy mayors were with him at the airport. Very impressive. We spoke to we attended Chamber of Commerce meetings at both Lahore and Sialkot. And I just to make sure I was on target here, I just Googled right now, where are most of the world's soccer balls made? Sialkot, Pakistan. 75% of the world's soccer balls are made in this city. Our sister city, we signed an agreement a year ago. Because of some complications, their mayor could not come here. So we redid the agreement in his village hall, sitting with the mayor of that community. That's about 1 million people. The reception was outstanding. And I'll be the first to tell you, there are a lot of people say, "You're going to Pakistan? Going to Pakistan?" You know, wow. And actually, I talked to the mayors of both cities about this. You know, you got a reputation of being an unsafe country. And there are certainly situations that help bring that about. But I said, you know, I've had the opportunity to golf at a beautiful golf course in Thousand Oaks, California, called Sherwood Country Club. I've golfed it probably 7 or 8 times over the last 20 years. I could have left there and stopped at a local sports bar for a sandwich and got shot a couple weeks ago. So violence is everywhere. And the reception, the smiles, we walked into market areas where there were thousands of people shopping in street markets like you see in large cities, especially overseas. The reception was fabulous. People smile, stare at us. Sure, they stared at us. But, you know, it's the way the world works. I mean, this community is very diverse, and people don't bat an eye about anybody, be it Asian, be it Hispanic, be it whatever. They don't happen to see a lot of Americans for a lot of reasons. But I never felt the least bit unsafe. The reception was, and I told the chamber, I was asked a question at the Chamber of Commerce meeting about, because I complimented the reception we were getting. Like, how do you know? I said, you know, I'm in the business, and I gestured to the mayor next to me. I said, you know, mayors like he and I, we're in front of a lot of crowds. And one of the things you learn to do is you pan the audience, you look at people, and you get eye contact. I don't care if you're 10 feet in front of you or 50 feet in front of me. You spot eye, you can tell who's looking at you. Now, you all know what I mean. You get that eye contact, and you got smiles. Those are genuine smiles. You didn't get, you know, you got people, you made eye contact with them, they smiled. It was a very sincere appreciation for us coming there to see them. And like I said, very impressive trip, and we'll be giving more about this later, and we'll bring other people on the tour. We had 11 people, different community. The trip was put together in part by Talat Rashid, who's born in Pakistan, and Mir Ali, who was also born in Pakistan. Both put the trip together in part and did a fabulous job in meeting with mayors, chambers of commerce, trade delegations, the U.S. Consul's office at their residence in Pakistan. So it was fabulous. I am so happy I went, and I go back in a heartbeat.
So, Mayor, I think they said you were the first mayor and U.S. delegation to come to Pakistan. Was it ever or in a long time?
As far as anybody knew, ever.
Yeah. And the other thing that was totally clear is that overwhelming response and welcome was a culmination of a nearly 30-year relationship that we've had with the Pakistani community here in Bolingbrook. They know about Mayor Claire, they know about Bolingbrook, Illinois. It was amazing how aware they were of our community. So I think it's important that residents understand the international impact that our relationship of diversity is making around the world.
We have a Sialcott Honorary Road in Bolingbrook, and they have a Bolingbrook Road sign in Sialcott, which they unveiled while we were there in a very ceremony attended by hundreds of people. Okay.
Thank you. I'd like to congratulate all the winners for the awards. Thank you very much. You brighten up our town. The Knights of Columbus it will be hosting a breakfast with Santa on Sunday, December 9th, for their annual at St. Dom's Gym at 420 East Briarcliff Road, Bolingbrook, Illinois. All-you-can-eat pancakes. Serving starts at 7:30 a.m. Family of 6 or less is $16, adults $7, seniors are $6, and children are $5. All tickets sold before the event is a $1 discount. On the menu is pancakes, pumpkin pancakes, scrambled eggs, sausage, I want to say this correctly, chorizo. Thank you. And eggs, refried beans, tortillas, and biscuits and gravy, and featuring mimosas and Bloody Marys. Become a Knight. Join today. It's a great organization, and their breakfasts are awesome. Come on out and support the Knights. Thank you.
Just a quick safety reminder for the season. We were talking about earlier about salting the roads and plowing the roads and asking people to slow down. One of the things that happens when we're plowing roads is that sometimes mailboxes get in the way. They come out of nowhere and jump in front of a truck to take it out. We don't do it on purpose. We apologize ahead of time for any accidents that may occur. We will replace those mailboxes. Our drivers are out there doing the best they can, and under certain conditions it's very difficult. So again, please be understanding about that. Also, slow down, like the mayor said. Having a 4x4 or all-wheel drive does not mean that you will stop any faster. It just means that you have four-wheel drive, that's it. Trying to stop in snow and ice is difficult, so be careful with that. Fireplaces, make sure that they're clean, they're gas, make sure that you inspect them. The flues are clean. CO2 detectors, make sure that they're working. Director Temple, did I miss anything? This public safety announcement is brought to you by me. And I too would like to congratulate the award winners tonight. And while you were in Pakistan, you said that they knew the mayor and so on. Anybody mention my name or Lawler's?
Yep, those longtime serving trustees.
That's all I have. Thank you.
I would like to give a shout out to DuPage Township. They've had a lot of negative publicity lately, and I think it's time they got some good publicity. Last week, Tuesday, they held their annual turkey giveaway to low-income seniors throughout the village, and they also did a special turkey giveaway at the food pantry they have in Romeoville. And they needed a lot of help to carry this off because there were hundreds of meals that they gave away. Here in Bolingbrook, the Bolingbrook Rotary Club provided a number of volunteers, but a major shout out to our police and fire department. They came through with a numerous amount of volunteers, and a lot of their children also helped out at the local. And we did this over at the Greenleaf Complex, and what was the other complex?
Mackenzie Falls.
Mackenzie Falls. So they received a lot. Over at the food pantry, they had volunteers from Avery Credit Union, from the Exchange Club of Northern Will County, the Romeoville Fire Department, Membreg Petroleum, and the Romeoville American Legion all helped out. So DuPage Township, great job. The last thing I want to mention, I did mention this last time too, Thursday, next week, December 6th, excuse me, the Bolingbrook Chamber is doing that bar charity thing again, where bartenders from all different establishments within the village are going to be over at Tailgaters on December 6th from 4 to 7. They'll be making drinks. There's going to be a special drink made, and each bartender is designating a different charity. And the ones who collect the most tips will get a donation from the chamber for $500 for first place, another $300. Now, all that money is going to charity, the tips and the donations from the chamber. So even if you're not a chamber member and would like to help support a local charity, show up at Tailgaters on December 6th, Thursday, from 4 to 7. Choose a bartender depending on his charity, or you can choose a bartender based on that you know the guy or person, and go from there. But thank you.
We have no executive session tonight, so a motion to adjourn is in order.
So moved.
Second?
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Zarate. Discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.